my channel. If you're new here, hello, hi, I'm Shakia Simmons. If you're not new, what's up, gang? I appreciate you guys for coming back, y'all. Before we get on cracking, I just want to say, if the story looks different, if you guys haven't seen my other reactions, y'all know I moved, so I'm just addressing it in each video. You see the title, y'all, this is another EZEE x Natalie or EZEE and Natalie video. So I know a lot of y'all be requesting for EZEE and Natalie, but a lot of they haven't been uploading. But I've been noticing, I actually seen Nick and Carla react to this. So if you see in the title, this is EZEE and Natalie latest video. There it is, called Getting Therapy in Front of the World. So I don't know if y'all remember, but they actually mentioned in, I believe, their house tour or something like that, I'm not sure, it was around the time that they was going to be, you know, doing therapy, or they was taking therapy sessions, or, you know, to, you know, I guess fix their relationship. And I'm actually excited to see this video because I just want to know what they're going to be able to, what they're going to be talking about in this video. So if you guys like the video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I know I haven't been reacting to EZEE and Natalie a lot, but that's because they haven't been posting like that. So we're going to be pushing out other reactions to other couples, which I'm excited for. So yes, y'all, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and especially watch the ads for me so I continue to do this, guys, full time. So again, this is another lengthy video. This is almost 40 minutes long, so make sure you guys grab y'all snacks, y'all water, y'all liquor, y'all juice, y'all food, whatever. And yeah, watch this video with me. So let's get on cracking with the reaction video. Let's go. Okay, hold on. You played the video, your speaker not even on. Sorry, y'all. And positive comments in the comment section. If you got anything smart to say, anything sideways come out your mouth, you're gonna get blocked or deleted. Period. Don't got time for it. So y'all, let's get on cracking with the reaction video, y'all. Let's go.
Excitement is gone because that passion phase is really based on the unknown.
Intimacy is just not there, and it's affecting us. If there's a good amount of time that has gone by, like, we should be able to have sex. I'm not going to continue to feel like I'm not being heard in this relationship. It's not just about venting, it's about communicating.
Why does someone get upset that I'm upset?
That's what I feel like. Calling each other names, like those type of things, are not necessary if you're really trying to communicate with your partner.
And there's really good news, and then there's really bad news here.
What? Please be respectful as we continue our journey with you all. Okay.
What's up?
Period.
Gang, 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 gang. Okay, y'all. We out here. It's a little construction going on, but we're happy to be back on our channel.
Yes.
So welcome back, guys. Welcome back. If you guys missed us, we missed you.
Yes, we missed y'all.
If you didn't miss us,
and
then
hold on. Listen, I missed though, because my last reaction was I think EZEE's birthday party. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, I'll put the thumbnail as well as I'll put it up in the iCards just in case if you missed it, as well as the Desiree did a prank on them. Check that video out as well. I'll put it on the screen as well as in the iCards. But yeah, I missed them.
Yes,
I misreacted to
guys. We've been a little absent from YouTube lately, and our personal lives need a little bit of attention. And I feel like, you know, because we're so honest with you guys, we're gonna let you guys know what's going on today.
Yeah, we decided to take a little hiatus to focus on the relationship a little bit because it was suffering.
Yeah, it was suffering.
Right.
And we want to be honest, we've been taking therapy, guys. We've been doing therapy, and with that therapy, it's been helping a lot.
It has been, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
I'm thinking about doing that as well.
It wasn't enough. At least the route that we were taking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're here today with our friend Shan. You guys don't know who Shan is. Shan is beautiful.
We'll let her introduce herself. Yeah.
Yes. So we're here, and we're gonna get some advice, relationship advice, couple advice. And just maybe that she can help us out with some of the things that we're going through. So
maybe you guys will take something away from it for your relationships too.
Yeah, let's get it popping. You guys ready? If you're new to this channel, make sure you guys subscribe. If you're not new and you're not subscribed, please subscribe.
And turn those post notifications on so you know when we post.
Please.
Period. They almost at 900K. Get them there.
Yo, this setup is fire.
Yeah, we don't hug?
Yeah. Oh, we can hug. Okay. We can definitely hug. You look beautiful. Wow.
Thank you so much.
This is so cool. This whole setup is fire.
Yo, I like it.
Plans. I'm loving it.
Are you flirting so I'll take your side in this discussion?
I'm crying.
I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is.
That's not what it is. First and
It's
foremost.
working. She's toxic.
Yes.
I wish.
okay, I was a little bit scared because I honestly feel like just because they are very similar in looks, very, very, have very much similarities in their face, so I was like, she's definitely gonna side with her, and it's just the eyes. So I was like, I was scared. And since you said that, I know where this is going.
Period.
All right, we're here.
Hi. Hello.
We're here. I know we're all excited now, but we might get a little serious.
A little serious is good.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for trusting me to listen in this conversation. I'm really honored by that.
Of course. Well, let's start like this. Why don't you introduce yourself so they know, know exactly what you do and stuff.
Hi. I'm Shampoo Jam. I look a lot like Natalie, but we are different people.
Yeah.
Even related. Funny enough.
I talk about sex, love, and relationships for a living. I am a fan. I am a student. I am an educator. I have an educational background in psychology, sexology, and journalism,
turn it up so you guys can
which
hear.
I think just makes me professionally curious in this area. But to me, it was basically came out of a place of, this is one area in our life that is so important, but we invest so little time in learning, practicing, and becoming masters of, because we assume that if it's right, it'll just come natural. And it just wasn't coming natural to me. So I invested a lot of time in education and thought to myself, wow, a lot of other people could benefit from this kind of information and knowledge too. So I made it my mission to make information about sex, love, and relationships accessible. To make sex education sexy. And that's what brought me here to you guys today. Because I talk about this online, or I talk about it wherever I possibly can. And again, like I said, I'm thrilled to talk to you.
We're really excited about it too. And this, ladies and gents, is why we decided to come talk to her about it. Because she does this shit. She does this. She has a lot of knowledge on it. And like we, expressed to you guys, our relationship has, it's been suffering a little bit. Especially recently. In that area. So, let's get into it.
Well, I do want to clarify and just say that you guys invest in a therapeutic process together, which is amazing. And any therapist will tell you that the mistake a lot of couples make is they wait until it's too late to go to therapy. And you guys are like, no, we go and we ask for help all the time. Now, I'm not a therapist. This is not a therapeutic session. This is a conversation that is led by curiosity, and I will provide insight where I can. But really, I think the best thing that I can do is just be here to be another person to be like, what about this? What about that?
No, 100%. Especially with some of the knowledge that you have, I feel like you'll have the right questions to ask. So why are we here?
We need help. We need help. I feel like our relationship has been suffering, and in that way, I mean our romance. Our romantic life has been suffering. We used to be very romantic in the beginning, and it was just so much spark, so much fire. And now it's work, and that intimacy is just not there, and it's affecting us. Even the way we work, the way we talk to each other, and the way we handle each other is just, it needs a lot of attention, and we need to seek help, whether it's trying to switch it up, understand each other's love languages or whatever, but it's just not it right now.
And I think the good thing is that we're both very curious as to why it's not working, and we're both willing to go and seek help any way possible. Like we've been trying therapy.
And hold on, I just want to say as well, just make sure you guys take this. You know what I'm saying? If you're in a relationship, if you're not, take it as like, take it in as yourself. Because I'm pretty sure you don't have to only be in a relationship to take some of this stuff in. Because I'm pretty sure that they're going to touch into stuff like them, individually and as a couple as well. So, just, take some stuff in. It'll be good to know. But because I'm going to be taking some notes, some stuff that they might point out for me, even though I'm not in a relationship. I am single, for the ones that want to know. But, But anyway, let's just hear.
To you who have a lot of education in this field. So,
How are you feeling the exact same way that EZEE's feeling in terms of that mojo, that sauce?
I feel like that mojo and sauce is definitely,
a little more mild.
It's a little mild. It was very spicy. Now it's a little mild. And I think that we have some communication issues on my end. I feel like a big thing is like communication and how we get along in our day to day. That really does probably affect our
our romance. Because if we're not like mentally on the same page, we're not getting along as much and stuff like that, it's not gonna make me feel that like, it's hard for me to just let that go. If I feel like we were just arguing, now I don't really want to come over and be all on you and be kissing you and stuff like that. That's not how like my brain works.
Right.
Interesting.
Same way.
What's interesting?
I feel like I'm that way. You know, I'm very much that way when it comes to intimacy. Like, especially because being a woman, I feel like with like, at least from the guy friends that I have, even if him and his partner are arguing, or friends, they're arguing with their woman, it's like they can still have that sex. You know what I'm saying? Me, for arguing, I don't want to have it. Like, you know, it's not turning me on. You feel me? But she complains about that. You know, like, oh, I feel like I'm not wanted. I feel like you don't want me enough. But it's just like, well, we're just arguing. Or when I do give it to you, or when we do have sex, you want to argue right after. Where it's just like, I'm the type of person, I'm like, yo, if we having sex, especially if it's been a long time, I'm expecting us not to argue. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I wanted to treat it like it's a reward, but it's like, dang, remember those times we just have sex and it just feels so good after? Why the fuck are we arguing?
Arguing right after.
You know? What's the answer to that question? What is like the root of the conflicts? Like, where's that stemming from repeatedly?
I was
wondering
lack of
that.
communication, honestly, and like not really knowing. I think comfortability. Let me just say that I think the main issue we have in this relationship is comfortability, because I feel like the way that, you know, from speaking on my end specifically, I feel like the way, you know, that sometimes you'll be comfortable in talking to me, or just like getting so easily frustrated, or the lack of trying to court me still, that affects us so much. You know, it affects me so much. I wouldn't say us, because I'm going to speak for myself, to the point where it's like, all right, well, where is there room for romance when I feel like, and just a normal conversation, something that should never lead to an argument, is going to lead to an argument because of the way that it's said, or the comfortability of like getting so easily frustrated, you know? So I feel like that's like a huge thing for me.
Difficult for you to go from conflict to sex.
Yeah.
What is the conflict?
The conflict, I think, is just, I'll get too comfortable with her, and like she was pretty much saying, and it's just like, why are you upset about that? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like with her, what she does is it's like almost kind of like the same, but in different ways. She argues a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like her always having a response to something is just like, like not stimulating me mentally. You know what I'm saying? Which is also internally like affecting my romance in, you know, that type of way. You know? So I don't know if that answers the question.
I think so.
And I just want to pick up on something, because not only that, but their relationship, like EZEE and Natalie, that's why I feel like I connect with them on a like different level, because they remind me of me and my ex. I know I keep bringing it up, but our relationship was so much like theirs, and I feel like our relationship problems was similar to theirs, like the communication, and sometimes with sex we would kind of argue like before and after. So you know what I mean, from when I was younger, I feel like now I'm like at the state like I do need to work on my communication. I feel like overall, like relationship, and as well aside from like relationship, just myself in general, like with certain things, I'm gonna start going to therapy session too, because I have a lot of stuff when it's on my chest, I'm gonna get it off of me. Okay, period. But anyway, let's continue. I'm sorry.
I think what I hear in summary,
I'm loving this so far,
is that the fact that you guys are not communicating with each other in loving ways, or in ways that make you feel loved or desired by each other all day long, is impacting you in terms of the passion, the sexual desire in the relationship, which also causes frustration, which makes the other problems compounded. Because now you go to the next day being sexually frustrated, in addition to being like, I don't like how you spoke to me.
Exactly.
So it feels like it's a cycle.
Yeah, totally.
And I think that we do, just to kind of touch on something that you said earlier, I think we do share like very similar like viewpoints on like, okay, if we're not getting along, we're not really sexually like attracted to each other, or we're not in that mode. But for me, I think like I can get over things a little bit faster than she can. So if we argue in the morning and then now it's later in the evening and we've been getting along, having lots of laughs and stuff like that, like I'm okay with like, to me that was in the morning. I'm okay with like us being sexual now, but she'll say things like, well, we haven't even been getting along, stuff like that. And then like sometimes I will feel like, well, dang, it's not a reward, you know, like how she's like, well, it's not, you know, she's like, I don't look at it like a reward, but sometimes it feels like it's being treated as one. If like, I don't think, of course, I'm not the type of person that wants to have sex like in the moment of arguing, and some people are like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like if there's a good amount of time that has gone by, like we should be able to
have sex,
like still be romantic if we've been getting along for the past like 5 hours.
Right. But I guess this isn't something that you can put a we label on.
Yeah.
Because you might feel that way.
Right.
And also to resolution, sometimes you could feel resolved. Mm-hmm. And maybe that's because EZEE apologized to you. Mm-hmm. But in return, maybe she doesn't feel resolved. And so what you could move on about, because you're like, we're talking about, we ended it. For you, maybe it didn't end.
Yeah. That could be the case.
That is the case a lot of the time.
Or do you feel like you're the kind of person who just stays in a stank mood for a long period of time?
No, I think that
sometimes
I
I'm like that.
Not a grudge, but it's just like if I'm affected in a big way, you know what I'm saying? It's not that we just argued about freaking who can choose what food it is. It's like an argument sometimes where it's like, yo, could be detrimental to our relationship. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna just get over that, you know, or my feelings being ignored. I'm not going to continue to feel like I'm not being heard in this relationship. And because I feel that way and you're not catering to that feeling, it's like, how am I going to be sexually like,
with you?
How am I supposed to be sexual right now? Or, you know what I'm saying? Or try to have sex.
Right,
you know, so I'm not in that mode when I feel like you don't cater to my feelings, you know?
There's a couple of things that I want to suggest right now that I think
agree.
First of all, foremost, let me just frame this discussion by saying there's really good news and then there's really bad news here.
Okay.
The really good news is that this is so common that when we get to a place in a relationship, especially multi-hyphenate relationships, friends, business partners, lovers, homies, dog walkers for each other, you do everything together, right? We can start out with high passion, but eventually that passion turns more into a companionship. And that's the goal of love in general. You want to get to a place where you are now locked in. That's where commitment takes place. But there's a trade-off that happens in that balance, because now I know you so well and I can rely on you so much that thrill and excitement is gone, because that passion phase is really based on the unknown. The more you get to know someone, the less that you don't know, so the less that there is that sort of adrenaline rush when that person walks around. So that's the good and the bad news, is that you've now moved into a stage of your relationship where you have a deeper level of commitment, you have more responsibilities together, you have to rely on each other for a lot more, and that's amazing. But the downside is that the passion doesn't become this automatic thing anymore. It becomes something that you have to intentionally work for. Do you feel like you've made that adjustment to now intentionally working to create that passion rather than just expecting it to be there?
I feel like in a lot of ways we just kind of expect it to be there. I don't think that we've put in adequate work towards keeping that passion alive. I think that some other issues that we have in our relationship, like, are things that we like to consider like our non-negotiables, where it's like, okay, I need this in a partner and she needs this in a partner. I think those things we have like put in a lot of work towards, where it just kind of is a cycle. Like, it'll get better for a while and then the same topic continues to come up. But I definitely feel like we could put more effort towards like keeping the passion and romance alive. It's just a little bit hard to do that when we're having a hard time getting along because of those non-negotiables.
Yeah, and I think that we don't intentionally, all of the things that we already are going through, it's like, it's hard when you're just working. You know what I'm saying? You're just working. You're not catering to the relationship. You're not catering to even yourself. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to like intentionally putting in that sexual effort and complimenting each other and stuff like that, we just don't do it enough. And as we are here, you can see that. You know what I'm saying?
So we broke this down into kind of like 3 different buckets. Bucket 1 is just general communication that makes me feel disrespected or unloved.
Right.
And obviously you respect each other and you love each other. So the great news is that all you got to do here is be mindful of what triggers your partner and avoid that language. So when you say, you know, Weezy gets frustrated with you really easily, what are some of the languages or things that she does that you're like, hey, it would mean a lot to me if you, even though you're comfortable with me, instead of just coming to me automatically and correcting me or giving me that tone, I would actually appreciate if you gave me more grace and patience in these areas.
I think that I'm very much like tone sensitive. I don't really want people to talk to me with an attitude, let alone yell at me. You know, I've been like that since I was little. Like I would get, if my mom would yell at me or a teacher would yell at me, I'd start crying immediately. Like I don't like that. And I think that's kind of like, she'll call it passion when she's speaking to me. And sometimes I'm like, I shut down. Like I don't respond well to like anybody raising their voice at me or coming at me with like a certain tone.
I'm the same, and I've been the same way like this since I was a kid too. I don't like that. I don't like that. Don't talk to me with attitude. Don't yell at me. If I'm talking to you normally, like, you know what I'm saying, talk to me like how I'm talking to you, like two human beings. Don't yell at me. I don't like that. So, and I'm the same way, like I'll start crying. I don't cry because I'm sad and I'm upset. I'll cry because like I'm generally like upset or mad. Like, but yeah, I could totally agree because I'm like that too. Comment down below if you are like tone sensitive and somebody like yell at you, curse at you or something like that. Let me know. Like, do you guys like that or no? Let me know in the comment section down below because I don't like nobody yell at me, you know, none of that. I've been like that since a kid. So I could totally agree with Natalie on that, but let's continue.
Appreciate if you didn't do, or like even like cussing when we're upset. Like I would like for us to practice not doing that, like not cussing at each other or, you know, being super offensive, like calling each other names, like those type of things, like I feel are not necessary if you're really trying to communicate with your partner and not just like be offensive.
I would love, because we're not going to accomplish, and again, we're not in a therapy session here and we're covering a lot in a short space of time, but what we're trying to just accomplish is like, what are the areas and the potential for growth, the opportunities for growth? And that's an opportunity for growth right there. So I just want to know, because you can't fix this in a day. It could take years to curb those things because obviously that reaction, those emotional reactions might be learned behavior from childhood even. So that's work that you have to dedicate to doing by yourself. So I would just love if in this moment you could reflect back to Natalie what you just heard and what your intentions are given what she just said.
You know, my intentions are never to make you feel like I'm attacking you. You know what I'm saying? So like when I am speaking passionately and I'm feeling some heightened emotions, I know it can come off aggressive, and I want to cater to you being tone sensitive and stuff like that. So, you know, I want to make sure that I'm being aware of the way that I'm speaking to you so you don't feel like, all right, I just don't care about your feelings or I'm being angry or aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Just catering to that emotion so you know that I actually care, you know, and I'm actually taking what you're saying into consideration and wanting to do better for this relationship. That way we can get to moments to, even if we are arguing, it can be like, wow, she's being very sweet, and it can even turn somewhat sexual, you know?
Right.
I think in order for change to happen, you have to change more than just your mind.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's anything else in life. I can't just decide like I want to get in better shape today. I've got to change lifestyle. I got to change habits. I got to put a plan in action to follow through with that.
Yeah.
So because one of the harder things to change is the way that we react when we're emotionally triggered, because we go into fight or flight, and that's a very automatic system.
Yeah.
So in order to ensure that you don't snap at your partner, what other changes are you willing to make good on the promise you just made verbally?
I think other changes that I can make is just, I think, meditating more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To keep that calmness and awareness is something that I like to do is mirror practices. You know what I'm saying? And those things help me be a way more calm person. You know what I'm saying? So I think internally I have to work on myself before I can give all that to you.
Yeah.
You know, and making that action. So hopefully, does that answer the question? Or
is therapy something that you engage in alone or have thought of engaging alone? If anger outbursts are something that you're like, oh, I do that and I don't like that I do that.
Yeah, I've tried it and I think it was very beneficial. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like, I don't know, it's just the therapists are just like, it's like they don't get there. You know, they don't give you what but they're also just a regular human, so they can't give you all of the answers. You know what I'm saying? You got to do the work yourself too. So I think it's helped so much, and I've changed so much drastically. So a lot of things that she has said and mentioned, I've changed drastically. Therapy could help, but I feel like it's not that big enough to where it's like, all right, I can do this with her. The therapy sessions together, you know?
And you feel like meditation is that solo practice you can do by yourself. There's things that within your own control. Yeah. And that's actually really helpful.
Yeah, it is.
Does that feel like a satisfactory plan to you?
Yeah. I feel like if it is something that like you actually, stick to and can be like consistent with, I think it would actually really help, because I have noticed like when you are taking more time for yourself, like emotionally and mentally, and just like creating like a peaceful space for yourself, I've noticed like it makes a big difference in how you react to things and interact with me.
Yeah, definitely. Let's talk about you.
Let's talk. Okay, now what are you gonna do?
Well, yeah.
I'm waiting for Shan to ask.
Well, on the flip side, EZEE also identified that there's ways that you communicate with her that light her fire, that can feel combative or argumentative, that create that need for her to feel like she has to raise her voice to you. So are you aware, when you heard her say that, did that feel like that was true to you? Are you aware of that?
That I can be argumentative sometimes? Yeah, I definitely would say I can agree that I can be argumentative.
Well, I don't want to put words in your mouth. If you were to kind of re-express, for you, like, what's the thing in your day-to-day communication that you're like, I kind of want to see this change?
Yeah. I feel like something that I complain about the most in this relationship is my feelings being heard. I think that with her, I have to be gentle, and the things that she says, like, it's not that it's like a never. So when she's like, all right, be soft, be this, be that, I'm like, okay, I can do those things. But when it comes to my needs and my feelings and being heard, they aren't reciprocated. There's always a but. There's always a because. There's always, well, maybe you shouldn't feel that way. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it feels like my feelings are being belittled 90% of the time in this relationship, to where it's just like, dang, like every time she expresses herself and what she feels, a lot of the times it can be an argument, but a lot of times it's like, okay, I hear you. I feel like majority of the times I express my feelings, it always ends up in an argument. You know what I'm saying? And that sucks to feel like, dang, all right, how should I express myself and my feelings in this relationship without it getting into an argument, even though it's me expressing myself, And that's where it typically goes. How is it that you're upset about, you're arguing with me about what I feel, instead of not justifying, but understanding and catering to that feeling, And that is a huge, huge reason why, like, this part of our relationship affects me romantically.
I want to gloss over that, and then I want you to get more specific, because I think what Natalie did for you just now is gave you something very tangible and actionable that you can work on. Okay. Which is good and helpful. Yeah. But you're saying, when I give you things to work on, the way that you respond doesn't give me confidence that I can be honest with you. Yeah. But I also kind of want to know what specifically is something that you're like, yeah, when I say this is what I want to focus on. But I have a rule of thumb when it comes to that, because it's very difficult to answer your question, like, why does someone get upset that I'm upset? Because we go into fight or flight. That person attacks you, and then all of a sudden now your defenses are up, your ego is up, like you're no longer responding from a place of rationale, like you're in protective mode. I think a good thing to be mindful of is when that happens for you, to be like, okay, right now I'm defensive when my person needs me to be receptive. And I use the analogy of, imagine, Natalie, you're home and you're inside, you're watching your favorite TV show, right? And Natalie comes in and she is soaking wet. And she's like, where were you? Like, where have you been? You're supposed to pick me up. I was outside in the rain, now I'm soaking wet. You're mad because she came in really aggressive. But also, she's the one who's wet right now. She's the one who's disappointed. So your first priority has to be like, let's get you in dry clothes. Let me apologize to you because you're the person who's like really been impacted right now. And then after you're dry and you're settled and you're calm, now I can come to you and say, hey, I know that I let you down, disappointed you, and there was a miscommunication, but the way you brought it to me was hurtful. And I think that's in mind sometimes, whoever comes with the problem first, see that person as the person who's been outside cold, wet, and irritated. And even though the way that they brought it to you may not be the most comfortable way, just get that person dry and warm first, and then you can bring your thing in.
Wow. That was the best example I've heard in a really long time. And it was a great example of how she deals with things. And I'm like, not trying to be funny, like that really touched the spot. And I was like, dang, that's what I feel like coming in wet all the time. And just like, well, why are you mad? Wait, why are you yelling? You know what I'm saying? Well, damn, I'm out here soaking wet. Like, that's so crazy you said that. I almost got emotional. That's how I feel.
That's a hard thing to put into practice, though, because human nature, when somebody says something to us that's can feel like an attack or natural response. So we can remind each other this analogy in that moment to give that person some space to switch over into a calm and connect mode. But that's just a tool for you guys to use, and if you both can subscribe to it, it can be really powerful for relationships. Anyways, but going back to her getting something specific, she gave you something specific. What's one thing that you're like, I'd like you to work on this, and working on this would allow us to get a lot more peace out of our relationship?
It's just like that example just gave exactly what I mean. Like whenever I'm coming to you with an issue about anything, I tiptoe about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you're sensitive. So whenever I come to you with an issue, I want to feel like you're going to be receptive enough to be like, oh, okay, I hear your issue. But not say, okay, I hear your issue, but this is that. I just want you to be receptive and be like, you know what? Wow, I didn't know you had this issue with me. Or wow, dang, like now I can see it like that. Or dang, I didn't know this was affecting you. You know, I want to work on that. Or, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like there's always an if, and, or but, and because, you know? So if you can do that every time, or at least try to do that whenever I come to you with an issue, it will make me feel like my feelings are being acknowledged. You know what I'm saying? Without always arguing. You know what I'm saying? Because even when I'm not coming off aggressively, we still end up arguing, even if it's a sweet way. You know what I'm saying? Because it's about, you make it about you. I feel like you make it about you instead of the overall bigger picture. Because it's like, okay, well, what am I feeling right now? That's not true. If this is Natalie, you're being receptive. This is what I feel. Like, I feel like, well, that's not true to me. Well, that's not what I feel. Well, since you tell me what you feel, let me make it about what I feel, what I've been feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So is that specific enough for you?
I guess, yeah. I feel like it's kind of still a little broad, but like it's not like behavioral things I can specifically like pinpoint. Like, I remember when I've done this, but I feel like I can definitely take in what you're saying. You're just saying like be more like open to hearing you out,
and receptive,
and being receptive to you when you have an issue with something.
Yeah, and just all that ties
honestly,
into how.
Hold on, I just want to say like I do that too. Like I take a lot of things and as like an attack, like, and then plus it also got to be the way, you know what I'm saying, that you bring certain things to me. I feel like that's like overall, like in general, like with friendships, relationships, like with family per se. So I can totally agree with this. So like I said, you guys, make sure you guys take this in. Not only, you don't have to be in a relationship to take all of this in, but most definitely take this in for like, you know, your self matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you notice certain things, you know what I mean? Just take it in, note it, and change a little bit of your ways. Do things that, you know what I'm saying, meditate. Meditate most definitely helps because it's like, it brings you centered into how you're feeling and it calms you down. So when you get yourself in a certain situation, now you know how to react to it in a more better manner, if you know what I mean. So yes, I'm loving this. Oh my gosh, because I see so much resemblance. Like, oh my God, I swear. But yeah, I'm taking a lot of this in, so make sure you guys like and comment down below what you guys think so far of this. I want to know your thoughts down in the comment section.
Argumentative you are, and you know your personality and how you are is like very strong. You know what I'm saying? It shows, and you know that about yourself. So just being a little bit more passionate and soft, you know, because at the end of the day, I know you're used to dealing with guys, and you vocalize like, dang, a guy would never do that. But it's just like, I am a woman. Same thing that you want is kind of like what I want. That soft, sweet, and receptiveness, you know?
Is defensiveness a good word to utilize here?
That she's defensive?
Yes.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
So if that's kind of an actual point of having a defensive personality, because when we're defensive, it's difficult to be empathetic and be sympathetic. So for you, when you hear that, is that something that you acknowledge and want to work on? And if so, what can you offer EZEE to say, like, this is something that I do want to fix for you?
Yeah, I feel like I could definitely see how, you know, being defensive of a situation, regardless of the reasons that why I become defensive about certain things, I can see how that doesn't feel compassionate to you or doesn't make you feel like heard. And like going back to Shan's like example of like, all right, well, you're cold, caught in the rain, so let's talk about that first. I think that that's a great like way to look at things, because I do find like I can think of specific examples where times like that have happened where that wasn't my first intention, was to like make sure you're good first and dry and warm, because I felt like, you know, whatever the reason might be, it's not, my intentions wouldn't be like, oh, let me make sure you're warm and stuff, but that could probably help diffuse the situation a lot faster. I do think though, one part of what she said is like something really good for us both to take in, that is like eventually you can bring up like, hey, now that you're dry and warm, like let's not handle things in a specific way, because I know that times where I've done that, you'll say I've made it about me now, where it's like even in the conversation, if I did try to cater to you, then like towards the end, like, oh, but you know, babe, like the way that you said this, I felt like that was really nasty towards me, or whatever the case may be. I'd rather you not, oh, now you're making it about you. Like, I feel like any conversation, we should both be open to hearing each other out. Or even if you're the one that brought it up, you should still be able to hear something that they said in the conversation, because it's not just about venting, it's about communicating. You know, overall, I definitely could say that, like, I can see how verbally making sure that you know that I'm hearing you and that I care could make the world a difference in a conversation between us when you're bringing something to my attention.
Yes,
there's actually this quiz I want you guys to do. We don't probably time to do it here, but you should do it offline. So the same person who made love languages made apology languages, and acknowledging that people feel resolved in different ways. There's 5 apology languages. I don't think the 3 are really different. I think they're trying to keep with the 5-3 theme. But like genuinely repenting is important for people. A makeup act might be important for people. Or for some people, they want someone to take responsibility. So doing that quiz independently and then being like, hey, I know that you said you're sorry, but what I really need to feel like resolved from an issue, like for me, I am an act of repentance. Like if you broke my camera, buy me a new one. I don't care how sorry you are or how much you didn't intend. Like that's not what's going to matter to me. I'm like, do a makeup act. Whereas my husband, Jared, is take responsibility. It's so much more important for me, because I could go out and buy him a new camera, but if I never said, that camera meant a lot.
Honestly, I feel I'm the same freaking way. That's crazy that she's pinpointing a lot of things. Like, I feel like it's my love language too, like gifts. Well, what she's saying right now, I totally agree, because I'm the same way. Like, you take accountability. Because I feel like we cannot move on until you take accountability of what happened, you know what I mean? And then, you know, gifting and love languages, she pinpointed it, because I do that as well. So yeah, that's the thing. I'm the same exact way.
I was really careless with it, and I really need to do a better job of ensuring that I am careful with your property. He's never going to feel good about that new camera.
Wow, that's me, 100%. Yeah, I'm literally like that. I feel like she's like that with you. Like you're like that with my new camera. Active. What was it?
It's like an act. I can't remember the actual term for it. It's like an act of restitution, I think it is. But essentially, it's like a makeup act.
A makeup act.
But I feel like I'm like that too, but more so, I'm curious. I will take this quiz because I'm really curious to hear what the other ones are, because it is about the act to me, but that can get old for me. If you just know to do something to like, oh, I broke this, I'm going to buy you a new one. Like, that wouldn't be enough for me either. I want to know that you're not going to continue to do those things, because it's one thing to...
Well, to be clear, it's not always like a purchasing thing. I mean, doing the quiz is important, because it could be something where it's like, hey, like, I didn't compliment you on your big day. You know, you came home, you made an incredible speech, I didn't talk about it. For me, it's like, acknowledge you didn't talk about it, but what's really going to make me feel better is the next time you did the action. Or that same day,
do better,
instead of you actually take the time and say, here's what I really thought. So if I'm bringing something up, it's because I want to see that action fixed. Versus I don't need to feel like,
I'm the same way.
That to be said, that's kind of an offline thing. I think that acknowledging, you know, how we just did, making it really small, because sometimes problems could be big, making them as small as possible. Like, here's the next thing I want you to work on for us. And then also to ensuring the person heard you and feels heard by you.
Yeah.
And that apology part, kind of to your point about, we already had this discussion hours ago. Why are you still mad? It could be that you didn't speak EZEE's particular apology language.
Yeah.
You apologize in your way.
Yes.
Right. Okay. I think that's a big thing though with you too. That apologies mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
And over the years that you've worked on it so much, but you gotta continue working on it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard. She's grew up in a family where it's like, all right, we stick together. Anything outside of that, we don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Which is so understandable. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
go as far as saying we don't really care.
Not like we don't really care, but that loyalty and love that I've seen that she has for her family is so admirable. Versus anybody else, it's just like, okay, it's cool. So I feel like with her, one thing that I always complain about is like, dang, like responsibility is like something that you really need to work on, and being apologetic. That's one of my love languages. As you can see, whenever I do actions, like, I'm sorry, baby, what do you need me to do? Okay, what actions do I need to take to show you that I'm sorry? You know what I'm saying? So that's a huge thing of my love language that I think can be better.
And then lastly, I don't know if we want to make time for this, but we actually did get to loosely do this quiz, but I have a quiz. It's called Turn On Triggers People Should Do. But in essence, it's similar to this. It's like what we're really doing in all of these conversations, just becoming more mindful and less an autopilot. So I think a big, hard place to do that is when it comes to sex. Because we're so used to, like, when it's good, it just naturally happens. The thing with Turn On Triggers is acknowledging that as you become more intertwined and there's less opportunities for that mystery, that you have to be more intentional about making passion rather than passion being a given. And Turn On Triggers is a way to address, like, what makes you feel hot and bothered? And I want to do that thing to even get you in that space before I try coming on to you. And interestingly, you both found that you are turned on by the exact same thing from each other. That you feel the other person's not giving to you.
And that's
being desired.
In my way, I want to feel desired. I want you to compliment me, tell me I'm sexy every day. And like, treat me like I'm daddy. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm just daddy in the bedroom. I want to feel like I'm daddy all day. Not, girl, stop, be quiet. Like, you know what I'm saying? It needs to be like, all right, if I say something, it'd be cool to be like, all right, baby, I got you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Instead of always being argumentative, always like, no, I'm not going to say that. You're not going to talk to me like that, It's like, all right, not that you're a yes man, but you're somebody that can turn me on in a way to like, all right, I don't have to say something this time, And let me know that I am desirable and sexy and attractive and fine as fuck, because sometimes it makes me feel like I feel like, I'm not attractive. Maybe I gain weight, or is it this, or I'm constantly, let me take my breath, like she doesn't compliment me,
Right.
So that would be nice.
Okay, well, thanks for expressing that. I'll definitely work on that more. And it's crazy because I didn't know that was like such a big thing for you. I know that you've mentioned like a few times, like, oh, you didn't tell me I look good, like, did you like this outfit, like, you didn't, but I didn't know that was like as big of a thing for you.
And hold on, I just want to say desire for me is like, my outfit and as well as my hair. Like, I feel like if I'm into you and you know what I'm saying, and we both got that same desire, because I totally agree with them with that. I'm the type of person, y'all know I got a lot of freaking hair. I know it doesn't look anyway, but I'm the type of person that takes a lot of time for my hair. So if it's like, I'm trying to get dolled up for you, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't wear makeup, but I'll most definitely pay attention a lot to my hair. So when you look at me, like, damn, like, your hair looks good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you look cute, you're fit. I like to look good overall. Like, my hair, I feel like my outfit plays a part as well, but my hair comes 50-50 with my outfit. Like, my outfit is come 50 to fill that extra 100. The other 50 is my hair, because it's like, baby, I'm all about appearance, looking good all the time. Of course, I'm gonna have my days where I'm not looking, I'm not looking good. Even though when I'm still not looking good, still compliment me, still do whatever, you know what I'm saying? Have that desire from me, you know what I mean? So I totally agree. But yeah, I just feel like my appearance, like my hair is the number one thing. Like, compliment me on my hair or my outfit. Like, you know what I mean? Or even both. Both gets me like, I'm like, ooh, like, oh my God, you really think that, baby? Thank you, babe. But Yeah, comment down below what is like your desire, like, you know what I mean, in the comments. Like, what would you want your partner to compliment you on? Your hair, your makeup, your nails, your toes, whatever, you know, outfit, whatever. Let me know in the comments. I'll talk back, okay? Period. I just want to know. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, let's continue. We're almost finished.
That you're identifying that, like, I feel like I definitely can take that in and work on that a lot more. Because there's a lot of times I do look at you and I'll be like, but she looks so good over there. Yes. And I wouldn't say it because it might not come naturally to me to say it. Right. But now that I know it means something to you, I definitely want to make the like attempts to say those type of things more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I feel like on my
like the video if you guys haven't already.
I think just like taking more action. Like you taking more action. I think when it comes to like verbally telling me how beautiful I am and things like that, that means a lot to me. It makes me feel so confident in this relationship, but it doesn't make me feel desired, you know, because it doesn't translate to romance and sex and things like that. Like you might be able to tell me, oh, you're so beautiful all the time, but if that doesn't make you want to tear my clothes off or just do some really romantic, sweet things to set the mood, like it almost is just like having a compliment like from my mom, because my mom tells me I'm beautiful all the time too.
See what she just did?
I don't mean like in an offensive way, but I'm just saying
it feels platonic, not passionate.
Yes, platonic, not passionate.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Am I like a mother to you?
No, but no, that's what that's a great way of summarizing. It feels very platonic, not necessarily passionate. It's like, wow, she thinks I'm beautiful, so I don't care.
Hold on.
I'll walk around the house with my hair crazy because I know she still thinks I'm beautiful, which is so great to feel that like confidence in this relationship. But I do want to feel like there's that passion for me as well.
Is that surprising to you? Did you know that she needed more of that?
Don't jump your ass over him.
Yeah, I did, because that's how I am naturally, and that's how I was in the beginning of the relationship. And because of all these things that we are going through, I feel like I've lacked that. You know what I'm saying? So I know it. I've done it. I've seen it. I just got to get back in the groove of everything that we talked about so it can be there. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want to do. Yeah.
I'm so excited for them to do that. I'm so excited.
It's amazing.
And happy
so good. Thank you so much, Shan.
Thank you for sharing. I think this is such an eye-opener. I learned a lot.
I feel like after this is most eye-opener for them as well.
The trick is to do this without a person and millions of other people watching.
Wow.
Because whenever we have that, you know, that idea of like how are people perceiving you, that's kind of what we're talking about too, that comfortability.
Yeah.
This is not a comfortable environment to be in.
Yeah.
So how do we take this
and duplicate it
when we're alone?
That's so true.
Put in the work.
Always put on a camera. We should start doing that. No, but we don't have to post it. But I mean, I wonder if that would be helpful.
That'd be hard to think about a camera.
No, I know, but like, imagine if we're going through something and we're like, dang, we need to talk through this. Maybe it would be beneficial for us to put on a camera to see even like our body language, to see how we communicate with each other. Of course, we'll never post it. We could delete it right after watching it.
Exactly.
But for educational purposes, that might be helpful for us to see ourselves outside of ourselves, how we will once we edit this, you know? And we don't like want to perceive ourselves even like as like a nasty type of person. Like, so I'm not going to want to watch back and be like, dang, look at me not being understanding at all. So it might make you be more aware. I don't know.
It's a really interesting idea. I think that there's some fascination to that, because then it does create that level of I still have to impress. Because it can get harder when we're in a relationship, and again, we share so much. But I mean, it'd be best to do it if you can just do it for each other, rather than the perception. But you start wherever you need to start.
Yeah, but I feel like it would be for each other too, because I wouldn't want her to see. Yeah, see how nasty. I feel that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm sure you wouldn't want me to see that too. Like, I don't know. It could be something we could talk about later too if we want to try that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Keep talking.
Coming up with ideas of things that could work for us. I mean, and obviously that would just be like a practice thing. It wouldn't be like we would do that all the time, but it might create some type of understanding that we didn't have before.
And then if you felt like posting it, you could.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
Because this is educational.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys follow Shan. This was amazing. I'm glad you guys were here.
Yes, I love
we
it.
love you guys so much.
It helped me as well.
Yes, please.
Hopefully
please.
something that you heard today is going to help you in any type of relationship that you're in. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye, guys. Love you guys. Oh my God. All right, y'all. So that was a video. I just want to say, not only like just like reflecting and looking at this, I took some notes and like what I'm going to be doing as well, like for myself. Like I said, y'all, you guys don't have to be in a relationship to take a lot of these things in. You could be single, or you know what I mean, you could take this stuff in to, you know, reflect on for yourself, so when you're in the next relationship, you know how to control these issues, you know what I mean? So yeah, y'all, I really love this video. Like, comment, subscribe, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below, what you guys think of this video. I do hope that they do, you know what I'm saying, do take this and like reflect on it and just like work towards their relationship, towards their communication, whatever issues that they are having with their relationship. I honestly love this, and yeah, I'm gonna be taking some notes down in this section right here, y'all, because I love this. So if you guys love this video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe for me. If you guys love more videos like this, make sure you guys click these buttons. I'm pretty sure there's another EZEE and Natalie reaction. Take it like it, you won't regret it.